Alright, you ever kick the tires before you go for a ride? Like that? Give it a little kick. Whoa, dude! Just kidding. That's good enough, though. We can just go take this thing for a ride still. Just kidding. It doesn't run. Here we have a 2002 500 hoe Sportsman. Pretty clean looking machine. I like these tires. I don't think they work very good, but they look cool. And we got some bushing problems. And we got a dead battery. But it should be a charging battery, so maybe we have a voltage regulator issue or something. But the first concern is all of that. I mean, these things they're not even bad, because to be bad, they would need to be intact, and they're gone. It's just bolts on aluminum and steel. The bolt is the bushing. So we have a kit here. It's at least a starting point. So let's dig into it. It's a good sign that the bolt is still round. My God, look at that. There's a piece of that old bushing. We need to get these cleaned up and make sure these are still round. And then hopefully it didn't waller out that aluminum knuckle, because I imagine that's an expensive piece. That honestly just feels like dried grease, minus the one hard piece in there that's the leftover bushing. Washer on top, washer on bottom, and then this piece in the middle, that piece in the middle. Okay, it didn't take long for me to realize I was working on a Polaris. This bolt could have been ran in this way and the nut put on this side, but instead they put this in like that and then put the axle in, so that hits that CV boot and it won't come out. So I guess we're pulling an axle now, right? Oh yeah, thanks Polaris. Which, if this weren't the case, it looks like we'd be doing that on the other side anyway. Alright, let's see if this wants to work with us or fight us. Oh, how about that? Not too bad at all. Yeah, there you go. We're spinning the whole shaft. The bolt's locked in to the whole shaft. We're gonna try to just clamp down like this, but I have a feeling that's not gonna be enough. I didn't do anything. Okay, so I took the shock off, and then this thing's kind of wobbly. So I think I can get this little bushing out like that. And now I'm gonna try to clamp it with some better vice grips on this end. Oh, you know what? It's like reverse thread. Oh no, I don't feel like reverse thread. That feels like something's wrong. That feels like something's big time wrong. Questionable design. Well, man, we're almost what, like an eighth of the way done. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take and get the other side loose and pull this whole, I'm pretty sure it's just a piece of square steel running all the way through, just to get these little bits of bushing out, because they're so brittle and so broken. About got you with one. Them little ring bushings go on the inside. As suspected, just a piece of square stock with 2 holes in it. Look at that mess. Let's do some cleaning. A clean shaft is a happy shaft. Oh, now that one's got some crud on it. I'm pretty sure that's rust. We ain't even using a clean one for that. We just dig one out of the trash can. You gotta be dirtier than that to get a clean one. All right, let's try to get all that off there. Got some pitting in it, but I think it's gonna be good. You can see my clamp marks too from the vice grips. Necessary evil. All right, we're gonna use one of these little, it's like an SOS pad on a 1/8 inch shank for a Dremel, and they work really well. Check that out, just in like, I don't know, what was that, 10 seconds or less? I don't know if you can see that. But that is nothing but crud, and that I can see metal. So we're just gonna repeat that times, we got this one here. We're gonna wear it down on these, and then maybe it'll fit in here. Otherwise we'll figure something else out. Might dig out the rest of these bushings. Absolutely full of trash. So what I'm gonna do, this 1/2 inch fits in here pretty good. I'm gonna take and this is in the Polaris toolkit, and we're just gonna push this through on a paper towel so we can sweep it into the garbage easier. I'm gonna try to hold this up to give you a good money shot. Hope you appreciate it. Let's see. I don't know if it's hitting this Zerk. We're gonna give it a baby tap and we're gonna see if it moves. All right, I think we're gonna try to pull the Zerk. All right, we got the Zerk fitting out of there, so now, which way did I go in? Now nothing can stop it, right? We're gonna put a little mark on this thing. Where we can see if it's moving or not. Okay. There we go. Oh, there it comes. Oh, she was backed up for a while, wasn't she? You know what I should have done? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. That socket's full of that now. That whole thing's packed full. That's a clean hole now, though, if I've ever seen one. All right, I sprayed some chlorinated brake cleaner in this shaft. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sacrifice one of these things. This is a new one. Get it in there. That was my stomach growling, if you heard that. I promise it. I don't have one of these in my pants. So, it's got that shaft on it. We're just going to put that shaft right over here where these threaded section is. And push it it on through. Look at that. That worked pretty good, didn't it? That worked pretty dang good. So then we'll spray it out. Wow, that's actually really clean. I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'll show you how clean it is. Purging out that little bit of nasty that was in there. So this was actually a bit of a mystery trying to figure these out. Yeah, I'm Mr. T now. So we got two different boxes, and these look like super similar, except this one's got a little taper to it, and this has got a 90-degree, you know, neck on it. So this box has the sway bar bushing, so we're going to use the ones out of that box to put it on this shaft here instead of these taper ones, and hopefully that's right. We're gonna have to get that Dremel in here for that thing. I can see some junk in there. That ain't all of it. What are the odds I can just do this? Okay then. Well, I guess that doesn't exist anymore. Make sure on this A-arm here, the long portion, that the copper bushing goes on the inside. I put the flat part to the metal and the taper to the I wish it was polyurethane, but I have a feeling it's just plastic, the bushing. This is where they'll try to beat you right at the finish line. Got a leg cramp. Alright, I think I need to get something. So now, we got this bungee cord kind of helping keep them straight. Let's see what's going on. Feels like it's got the splines in line. Just like that. Look at that. You can't see anything. You're just gonna have to trust me, bro. All right, we got the blue Loctite on here. Let's just see. Oh, well, that didn't, I thought that was going to be a challenge. Okay, yep, nothing to see here. By the way, I don't know the torque spec on this stuff, but I know what this does max. It's like 40 to 50, and I'm just kind of going so probably about 30 on there. And that's what I call a good job. So it shaves some plastic off. That's how tight that fit is. That hole is going to line up with. Huh, look at that. First try, huh? Don't forget to put your little washer thingamajigger on that piece right there. That for the sway bar. All right, these new bushings, you can kind of see the definition of them a little better. Flat, and then they got the little doodad piece, which actually matches up with that little cutout. So I need to make sure I get those aligned. So flat piece on the washer, and these had Loctite on them too, so we're going to be putting Loctite on them. That piece is looking good. Shouldn't have tightened that one up first, because I could spin this down onto this one, because this one's harder to get to. Now I can't do that. So take this off. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to just get this tight with that off, and then force that on there. All right, now can I wrestle this thing in this notch. A little bit different. Some Wi-Fi bushings. We got like this much from that wheel bearing. You can see that. That's the wheel bearing. That's a tight one. She ain't a Sportsman 500 HO anymore. She's just a Sportsman 500. So now we got to just do the other side. I'm going to bring you along for the front. I'll do the other side by myself. All right, I know I said I wasn't bringing you along for the other side, but I pulled the wheel off and bumped this. I just wanted you to see what I saw. Like, for real? That's got to be worse than the other side, right? That's insane. All right, it comes with these new clips, so we're gonna put this over it as a deflector, and we're just gonna pry this out. There she goes. And scooting that out of the way as it needs to, but most of this pressure is gone now. I caught 2 out of 3 of them. Well, that is a big wheel bearing, isn't it? My God. That's a big boy McCoy there. Javik Power Sports high grade parts. Heavy duty. So here's the setup. I pulled out the grease zerks, and I'm gonna do this on some soft pine 2x4s. That way it sinks in, because like on this, it's got like this curve to where it's just kind of touching here and touching here. So it'll sink in and touch all over, but the zerk was in the way on this side, and I have this shimmed up because it doesn't sit even. So I put a level on it and got it, you know, mostly even. And we're just gonna squirt a little WD-40 in here. Kind of help it go in. We'll get it in that groove. Roll it around. And we'll put that part number on the outside, DAC407440ZZ. Put that in there like that. And then grab this plate right here. And we'll get it started like that. You gonna start it? Yeah? Okay. Crank it away for a minute and let's see. And when the time comes, since we only need to go down like right below that snap ring, I'm just going to use this old bearing to push it down that extra little bit once that flushes out.
Watch your head.
Oh yeah, I better watch my head, huh?
Yeah.
You don't want to bonk me in the noggin.
Nope.
You're gonna have to grow a little bit taller to do that better, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. It's okay.
Oh.
A little bit more until it gets tight. Stop. Good job. Good job.
Why did it break that sound?
Yeah, maybe it was farting.
Oh yeah, it could do that.
It could do that, couldn't it? You never know. All right, Daddy's gonna do this next part, okay? We don't want to go too far. Because that's got a tiny, tiny little spot that it bottoms out on. It could probably break real easy. And then now this thing's stuck in here. Let's see if maybe we'll just do this. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Here it goes. Whoa!
We got pick up.
Oh, that's heavier than you thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, because you lift it up all the way up here.
Yeah, if you lift that all the time, you'll get real strong muscles.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, like me?
Yeah,
do I have strong muscles?
Yeah, you use it. Oh, when you have that 6-wheeler, you gotta pick that whole thing up.
Oh yeah, I picked the whole 6-wheeler up, huh?
Yeah,
All right, let me get back in here.
okay. Is it tricky?
Yeah, it'll be tricky. It'll be some tricky work.
We don't like tricky work.
You don't like tricky work, huh? So these are not the same size. Good thing I didn't tear the mold ones up too bad, because I don't think these are gonna fit. Nope. All right, AI is saying this axle nut here is 180 foot-pounds, which is wrong. And then it shows a picture of the wheel nut torque, not the axle nut. And what we're going to do is 80. 80 seems to be the consensus on all these forums. So 80 is, we can actually probably do this with a torque wrench since it's got parking brake. So we'll zip it on there and we'll do this, we'll do it like the dealership does it. Actually, we'll do it the right way, not like the dealership does it, right? Yeah. Yep, you're moving it. Golly, you're strong. All right, let me look at it. All right, maybe we both lean on it a little bit to get it the rest of the way. Oh, there we go. Let's look at it. So we're not lined up with that hole yet. We're going to keep going until it lines up with the hole.
Can we do it all by myself?
You think you can? I don't think it's going to move any. You're lifting yourself up off the ground.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. You're lifting yourself off the ground. We'd have to get a cheater bar, but we don't want to do that on that wrench. There we go.
How about you do that?
Well, Daddy's a little bit bigger than you. Tell you what you can do. Which one of these do you think fits in here?
This one?
The biggest one?
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be too big. I don't think we need that one. I mean, I guess we could. You want to put that in there?
Yeah.
You want to grab it right here and bend it up?
Yeah.
Don't slip. Just use your fingers. Don't get it caught right here on the sharp part. Use like 2 fingers. 2 fingers. And pull on it and bend it straight out. Bend it straight out like that. Okay.
Now you can do it.
And then bend it the rest of the way like that. And then we'll get a hammer and we'll flatten it a little bit so it fits inside the little dust boot.
Yes,
Dust boot.